Hi everyone, I don't have an intro, but this video will be about the Idol Land Pripara cards. So if you don't know anything about Idol Land Pripara or even the cards themselves, then hopefully this will kind of help explain some things to you as we go along. So let's start off with how you're supposed to be getting these cards, but these are kind of hard to find. So let's start off on where these cards came from. So the Idol Land Pripara cards came from the Prismatic Diva set. It's actually a set within the card game called Wixoss. And Wixoss is a game that's from Takara Tomy. Like, Takara Tomy is the same brand that makes Pripara. They made Pripara, the Prairie series. They make a whole bunch of other stuff like Transformers, Beyblade, Pokemon stuff in Japan, and other things. So that's where you're supposed to be able to get these cards from. But the problem is that when they're released, not many people actually seem to know about it. So if you really want these cards, there's only one way to get them. You could get them from, I think the place I got them from was called TCG Republic or something like that. I'll actually put it on the screen because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was TCG Republic. I'll reorganize everything in a moment, but it was TCG Republic, and that was where I went to actually get these cards. So if you actually go to that site, you're gonna buy all these cards separately, and each of them are actually really cheap. The only ones that are expensive or on the more expensive side are Lala and Hibiki. So most of these are just a few cents, and then Lala and Hibiki are about $1 or more. And another thing that I want to mention is that you can also just, like, if you wanted all these to be shiny, like if you just wanted almost all of them to be shiny except the Amari one, then you have to buy all of them signed. The only problem is that the Hibiki one won't be signed, and the Hibiki one is the Hibiki card is actually the most expensive card of the set, alongside Lala, if you want both of those to be signed. But that's a little bit of a backstory on that. Prismatic Diva was actually a set for Wixoss that came out around, I think it came out in 2023, like September 2023. I found this out like after the fact, like after I actually got some of these from Mercari, and then I found and then someone actually recommended the site to me, then I just found the rest of the Pripara cards on the site. So that was how I found them. The only problem is that, well, you can't actually do much with these. Or, well, you can't really find them first, but after you find them, you can't really do much with them because, well, it's kind of one of those things where it's like these are mainly just collectors' things at this time. And on top of that, not many people really know about it. And because of not many people knowing about it, you can't really just buy them anywhere. You kind of have to just buy them from someone that's willing to sell them to you, or just buy them from that site. But if you really wanted to get those Wixoss cards, then hopefully me mentioning the site to you will help you, and I hope that all your orders go through perfectly fine, like how they went through for me. And if you wanted to know what Idol Land Pripara is, then I'll explain that to you while I'm organizing the cards. So Idol Land Pripara is basically, it's an idol anime, like Pripara itself is an idol anime. It's basically an idol anime where you're able to actually be your true self. So whenever you're in this idol theme park, basically, then you'll be able to be your true self. And for these cards, these are for the most recent version of Pripara, which is Idol Land Pripara. And in Idol Land is basically like all the characters are back. This is like an unofficial season 4 to the anime in a way. I mean season 5. It's like an unofficial season 5 to the anime in a way. So just having all these cards really just shows you how far the series has come since the beginning. But overall, it's one of those animes that's just hard to find. You can watch Idol Time Pripara on Crunchyroll, but if you don't want to support Crunchyroll, then you're kind of stuck in terms of that. And also, Idol Time is basically season 3, so if you watch Idol Time, then you'll be missing some of the character development. So you'll be missing things like who is Hibiki's backstory. Hibiki is this character, by the way. Hibiki's backstory, then you just lose out on a whole bunch of character development. So it's really just challenging. That's all I'll say. It's challenging. So overall, if you really wanted to kind of get into Pripara, then it's a little bit challenging if you want to get into it in like a legal way. But if you actually want to support the actual game itself, which is a gacha game, then you can actually download it through the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You just have to switch your region to Japan and then go from there. Either do that or go through like some kind of APK if you know what you're doing. Just be safe while you're doing it. So that's a little bit of an explanation on the Idol Land Pripara cards and Pripara itself. It's a small series that a lot of people don't know about, and I'm really just hoping that me kind of going over this kind of helps someone that doesn't know about Pripara or someone that doesn't know about the cards. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully you're able to get some of these cards, and hopefully someday Pripara will actually get an official English release in America somehow. Like on the streaming site that actually treats it right. If you do want to watch any of the pre-series anime, then High Dive is a great place because High Dive actually has Watch a Primagi. And if you watch Primagi, then it's basically probably the best way to get into the pre-series as of right now. Most of the other anime basically aren't even on a streaming site. The only other one that's on a streaming site is Kirato Puri-chan, but that's only season 1. So there you go. It's a really challenging time for anyone that's a fan of the series, but hopefully this helps someone, and that's about it. Don't forget that you're shining in your own way, so be the star that you're meant to be. Keep being amazing, and I'll see you next time.